Hey guys, it's Karissa and you're listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and now over 120 podcast episodes. So we're moving right along. We're bringing you the best stars that we can, and I'm very excited about tonight because this artist is actually one of my favorite artists out there that's right now kind of being a little bit of a fan right now, not a podcaster, but please welcome to the show, Karissa Ella. Karissa, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Hank. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm glad that you could do it. And I know we've been kind of playing a little bit of, message tag, but we got it. And this is going to be an awesome show. I'm definitely looking forward to, talking with you. But for those who follow me on social media, knows that you were down here in Florida not too long ago. You played at the Hard Rock Cafe in Tampa. And, I got some pictures of you at there, which so now I can actually add it to my wall, not only here, but at work as well. So I'm so excited about that. I just got to get you to autograph one of them when we get the chance.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, it was so nice to meet you. You came out. I knew exactly who you were. Like you said, we've been going back and forth, I feel like, for a while too. It's not very often you get people that come out and take cool pictures. So thank you so much.
Oh, I love doing that. And, like I said, we're in the Tampa Bay area. Everybody knows that. Where are you actually calling in from?
I'm in Nashville right now. So I'm calling in from Nashville.
All right.
Gosh, how many hours? 10, 11 hours from you?
So. Yes, it is. I made that trip several times. And you know what? It's never really that hard for me to do it, except for when you're driving through Atlanta. That's the only place I hate going through.
Yeah, me too. Know that. And then it can get a little windy in Chattanooga, but Atlanta is definitely the kicker. But it's worth it, and it's actually a pretty easy drive. So.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind it, and we'll see if I get to make it again this year. Back up to Nashville on my way to St. Louis, where I always love being part of the Freedom Jam, a concert series up there where we give back to veterans on money that we raise. So we'll see if I can do that this year. But tell me, Karissa, what have you been doing since you've been down here?
So I've been I've been in Nashville for almost 10 years now. I went to Belmont, graduated my degrees in music business. So the other side of being an artist, and I didn't really start being an artist until after college, and then the pandemic hit. But I knew that I was in this city for a reason, and I wanted to see what the music industry was like. I didn't want to live with any what ifs. And so I decided to, you know what, screw it. I only got one life. Let's live it and see where this music career and this passion of mine goes. And ever since, I've been living the dream. I can't believe that I get to do this every day and get to write songs. I just wrote today and I was like, man, it reminded me of why I'm here. And you have days that are really bad where you want to quit and you want to leave, but then you have good days that remind you why you're on the journey. And so it's been a fun ride. It's a crazy one. It's full of a lot of ups and downs, definitely a roller coaster, but I love every second of it, and I love doing things like this because I get to meet so many incredible people like you who I wouldn't get to meet normally. So yeah, it's working on me.
That's definitely great that you're doing well, and when you can have more good days than bad days, you're doing pretty well. And if you can have a real high percentage of it, then they say you're never really feel like you're working because it's just it's just what you want to be doing. And you have a recent album out called It's Personal. It's doing really well. You got a bunch of great songs on it. Did you think that it was going to be as successful as it is?
Thank you, first and foremost. But no, I mean, I never have any expectation when I go into releasing music. I try not to, just because I never know what I know it's not going to please everyone, but I never know what it's actually going to do. But it seems like it really resonated with people, which is cool because they're all kind of pieces of my life. And that's why I titled it It's Personal, because each song is personal to me, whether it's about my hometown, my relationships, my favorite drink, or my hometown, but my friendships and all that good stuff. So it's really personal to me, but it seems like it also is personal to other people, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one of the songs I'm gonna play first is Takova's, and when we come back, I want to drill down a little bit more into the journey that you've had.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks.
I like the way you look in those Tacovas, the ones you bought in Nashville, Tennessee. And every time you slip them on, you walk just like a George Strait song. I'm a sucker for a cowboy wannabe, so let's get to breaking them boots on it. Drop the tailgate down and let's go find the sunset on the edge of this town. Spin me round like a lasso, kicking up dust, two-stepping on this dirt road. Settle on up like John Wayne, put your boots under my bed, baby. Like a Casanova, you can do whatever you want in those Tacovas. There must be something special about that leather that washes all the city away. Yeah. You don't wear 'em for a living, but you got me all worked up in 'em. I can feel the country running through your veins. So let's get to breaking them boots on it. Drop the tailgate down and let's go find the sunset on the edge of this town. Spin me round like a lasso, kicking up dust, two-stepping on this dirt road. Settle on up like John Wayne, put your boots under my bed, baby. Like a Casanova, you can do whatever you want in those Tacovas. You can do whatever you want, baby. Settle on up like John Wayne, put your boots under my bed, baby. Like a Casanova, you can do whatever you want, yeah. Drop the tailgate down and let's go find the sunset on the edge of this town. Spin me round like a lasso, kicking up dust, two-stepping on this dirt road. Settle on up like John Wayne, put your boots under my bed, baby. Like a Casanova, you can do whatever you want in those Tacovas. You can do whatever you want, baby. You can do whatever you want in those Tacovas.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Carissa Ella, and you just heard Takovas. Now, you're an Ohio girl, correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. And, what do you miss, if anything, about Ohio? And what do you find in Nashville that, that you're glad that you made that move?
Well, I will say that moving away from Ohio was the best and the worst thing I ever did in my life, because it was the best because I got to find myself and truly be on my own and be independent. And I love that because it made me who I am today. But also, I love my hometown and my family, and they made me who I am today. So I'm always at a constant struggle, wishing that I could be home in my hometown in Ohio. with all my friends and family, but I feel like I need to be here in Nashville right now pursuing this dream. And they know that they're my biggest supporters. And I'm so grateful to have such a big support system back home. But, you know, a lot of my inspiration for my music draws from my hometown. And I write a lot of songs about my love life, and which I met my boyfriend in my hometown. That my song Tecovas is about my boyfriend, who we've been together for a very long time. And a lot of the songs on my EP, It's Personal, are about my hometown, like Hometown Bar. Vintage is about my family and growing up with them and all the traditions that we have. So my hometown is very sentimental to me, and I don't know if I ever get back there one day, but I know I will always keep writing songs about it. So I'll keep the memory alive.
Yeah, so take me back. You talked about COVID and what you did after, but take me back pre-COVID. You're there in Ohio, you're growing up. Who were some of your musical influences? And then at what point did you just start thinking, hey, I really like music. I think it would be something that I could pursue. How did that come about? What's your journey like?
Man, it's been a crazy one. It's been filled with a lot of self-doubt, and I didn't really have a lot of confidence going into music. I wasn't quite sure why I was doing it because I never believed in myself, but yet I had so many people around me supporting and believing in me and championing me on. And my parents, growing up, introduced me to a lot of different musical styles. So we listened to a lot of Aretha Franklin and Tom Petty and Randy Travis. So I got a taste for everything, and I just loved it all. And I loved the way music made me feel. And so no matter what it was, I loved singing it. But as I got older, I started gravitating towards country music, Zach Brown Band, Gretchen Wilson, Shania Twain, Carrie, all of the basics, the OGs that are so incredible, that have paved the way for us artists. And I will say Adele is one of my all-time favorite artists of all time. If I had to choose one, she would be my favorite, just because the emotion she puts in her music and the way she just makes you feel when you listen to it. I think it's absolutely incredible, and it's such a magical gift that she has. I could go in a rabbit hole, but I won't with her because I love her so much. But it was always inspired by Adele and by everyone in country music and all genres. I remember going to my first EP is titled Blossom, after Blossom Music Center in my hometown, because I felt like it was the reason why I'm here doing this and chasing this crazy dream, was because I would grow up seeing all my favorite singers on that stage and would dream about how cool it would be to have people sing, the lyrics to your songs and to dance up on the stage, and what a feeling it would be. And I knew right then and there that was something that I wanted to at least experience sometime in my life. So it's a goal of mine to get back to Blossom Music Center and be on that stage, but and I'm not giving up until I do that. But that's a big dream of mine. It would be a very full circle moment, because I just grew up seeing all my favorite artists there, and it's a huge reason why I'm doing it. But I actually grew up doing a lot of or singing a lot of musicals. I actually thought I wanted to go to Broadway and do that for a while, and I still love Broadway and I love musicals. That piece has my heart. I was a dancer. I'm a singer that combines acting and all three things. And I just thought it was so cool that I could let go and be someone else for a second. But I know that that's not the strongest passion that I have. And when I started really writing my own music and really started believing in myself, that's when I realized how fun this career could be. And like you said, you don't want to feel like work, and this definitely doesn't feel like work at all in any way, shape, or form. And I just feel really lucky that I had people who believed in me along the way, because if I didn't have my parents who threw me into singing lessons because they thought I could sing, and pushed me to do musicals and pushed me to fail, to go out for parts that I would never get, I don't know if I'd be here. And I'm very grateful for that. So it's been a long journey, long story short. I know it was a long story and I could sum it up a lot better than that, but I'm grateful for the journey, and I know that I'm meant to be in Nashville, and I'm just having fun seeing where it takes me.
Yeah, that's awesome to have that great support system. And you talked a little bit about how the music kind of reflects some things that are personal to you. This is one question I always like to ask, because it goes both ways. But when you write something personal, usually it's something that kind of a cathartic thing. It helps you feel better with whatever you're going through, or just like I say, documenting life's moments. But to put it actually out there for the public, how easy is that for you to do? Or is it something that you can do and say, hey, because this is how I write, or is something that you struggle with?
Putting out music that you or that I personally resonate with and is very hard. I have a lot of songs that I love that will never see the light of day because it's just too hard for me. It's too hard for me to sing. It's a piece of a past that I maybe don't want to relive, but I just had to get out, and it's a great song. Uh, and then there's other people's stories that I have to put out and sing, and that's hard too because I know that they're going to be listening to it, but their story is meant to be heard because so many other people go through it, and that's what music helps us get through those tough times. So for me, the fun drinking songs are always the best to sing and the best to write because they're fun. The harder ones are really the more emotional ones that you really have to put yourself into, and that's how you get the best songs, is being as vulnerable as you can be in a room of strangers or friends, of course. But it's definitely worth it because you always get a good song out of it. So
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do a double play of a couple of those songs that you're talking about. Let's do a Hometown Bar and Vintage here on Hank's Corner.
Two left turns from the one-stop light. Building on the corner don't have a sign, but you know where to go. Everybody knows everybody. Jack's on the bar stool, hasn't moved, just like a church pew. Everybody's got their seat. They sit in every week while they pour me another. I just sit and wonder who I'd be if I stayed. All I know is I've changed. They're drinking off the same day, my hometown bar. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Karissa Ella, and this is my song Vintage. Hope you guys like it. That old Trans Am in the driveway, and my daddy revs up every Saturday. We drive around and he talk about tearing up the glory days, and those homemade biscuits that my mama bakes, that her mama taught her how to make. She passed it on to me when I was young. One day I'll do the same. If I could turn back the hands of time, get a taste of what life was like, see the memories through your eyes. Such a different time and place. All the history that was made me who I am today. I wanna live it all like I never missed it. And now it's vintage. So that 65 Gibson in the crawl space that my uncle taught me how to play. We'd strum along, record player on, singing to Amazing Grace. And my granddad's clock in the hallway. When it hits midnight, I stop and think about taking a walk down to the dock, casting lines after church on Sunday. If I could turn back the hands of time, get a taste of what life was like, see the memories through your eyes. Such a different time and place. All the history that was made me who I am today. I wanna live it all like I never missed it. And now it's vintage. If I could turn back the hands of time, get a taste of what life was like, see the memories through your eyes. Oh, such a different time and place. All the history that was made me who I am today. I wanna live it all like I never missed it. I wanna live it all like I never missed it. And now it's vintage. Now it's vintage.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm your host, Hank Jr. As always, I'm bringing you these personal moments as we talk to our different artists that are rising stars, and definitely one of my favorite one right now, Karissa Ella, who we're talking to. And we're talking a little bit about what songs you put out and what that you don't. But are there certain songs that and people always tell me, they're all my babies, I can't really decide. But are there certain songs that are kind of your favorites, whether it's just because you feel so good about writing that, or maybe just up on stage, it's one of the fun ones to perform? Do you have favorite songs?
I definitely have favorite songs where I know that they're my go-tos. I know that They usually go over pretty well. I'm really comfortable with them, and I just love them. I love the sentiment. I love the melodies, and I just feel like, honestly, for a second, I'm kind of a fan instead of being the artist. And a couple of those songs are, I love my song "I Hope Heaven's Like," because every lyric in that song is true. So it makes me so happy. It's about my hometown. Told you, write a lot about my hometown, going through a nostalgic phase of life. Maybe we'll head to happier times or who knows what, but that's where I'm at right now. And but that one, it just reminds me of my hometown, and so it makes me really happy. And then I have the opposite, which one of my favorite songs is "Whiskey Whispers Your Name," because I always get asked about that one after I sing it, and when I get down from stage. A lot of people love that song, and it was that song represents a lot of different things in my life. It was the first song that I like broke away and wrote with some new writers. I was writing with some certain people at the time, where I finally went off and got to be myself and bring something new to the table. It just felt like kind of a new beginning. So for me, that song just signifies the beginning of Karissa and a new chapter for me. So that's why I really love it. And I don't think I'll ever cut it from the set list because I love it so much. But yeah, it's comfortable, and it's a really pretty song.
Yeah, and I've told you it's no surprise that it is my favorite song by you by far, and not because the other ones aren't good, but there's just something about it. I don't know. I mean, obviously your voice on it is really great, but then the instrument with it, and just the whole storyline behind it. Just to kind of be haunted, by a memory, and to me that's true country in its form. Talking about things that kind of just tear at your heart, and whether it's a haunting thing or just a heartbreak or whatever it may be. And there's just something about it that it just makes the whole package, and it makes it my favorite song. And because I had come across you, I think, just like a lot of other artists, whether on social media, on Spotify, and I think Crack and Cold Ones was the first one I ever heard by you. And I thought, hey, this is a pretty good song. I really like it, but I didn't know who you were at the time. And then when Whiskey Whispers Your Name, came into the playlist as well, I'm like, I'm just blown away. And I became a fan instantly with that song. And, to me, that's just one of my favorites. And so I'm going to go ahead and play both of those songs here on Hank's Corner.
Woo.
That beer in a bottle don't faze me. When it's cold, I just sip it real slow. But tequila in a shot glass hits me real fast, and then anything goes. White wine makes me feel classy. Red wine makes me forget. Gin always gets me feeling dizzy, but whiskey, yeah, whiskey whispers your name like a ghost in a cloud of smoke. one Thursdays. I feel a bit thirsty. Who got the bar and the goodbye, goodbye? I got the bar, yeah, it's all mine. Every guy here got their eye on me. Shooting those shots, baby, 1, 2, 3. In the little red dress that you like, you like. You know the one that's too tight. Do you want this back? Ain't no take back. Sit back and watch what you've done. I'm just breaking hearts and cracking cold ones. Yeah, I got my girls with me. You got your boys with you. Jose, Jack, and Jim Beam, alone in a corner booth. I can dial up a tune song, get down, let 'em hear in this town. Who got the bar and the goodbye, goodbye? I got the bar, yeah, it's all mine. Every guy here got their eye on me. Shooting those shots, baby, 1, 2, 3. In the little red dress that you like, you like. You know the one that's too tight. Do you want this back? Ain't no take back. Sit back and watch what you've done. I'm just breaking hearts and cracking cold ones. I'm just breaking hearts and cracking cold ones. Yeah. I can dial up a tune song, get down. What goes around spins round and round. Who got the bar and the goodbye, goodbye? I got the bar, yeah, it's all mine. Every guy here got their eye on me. Shooting those shots, baby, 1, 2, 3. In the little red dress that you like, you like. You know the one that's too tight. Do you want this back? Ain't no take back. Sit back and watch what you've done. I'm just breaking hearts and cracking cold ones. I'm just breaking hearts and cracking cold ones.
And you just heard Whiskey Whispers Your Name, followed by Cracking Cold Ones here on Hank's Corner. Two of the songs that really just, introduced me to my guest here, Karissa, Ella. And I'm so glad. And we were talking a little bit offline, and how weird it is. Well, I don't want to say weird, but how cool it is that, the way the internet works and the way they get the music out now, because you're an independent artist and it's difficult to, get that stuff out and promote, but it is a little bit easier through social media. You can play on there, and just hope that maybe one of your songs go viral, where you don't necessarily need a big label kind of backing you up to do that. I mean, we've seen a lot of successes because of social media. But tell me, how is social media for you? Do you have to do all your social media? Do you enjoy it? Is it something fun? How does that go for you?
I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with social media just because I truly am not a social media person. I don't take pictures of every second of my day, like how some of these people vlog their day. I try to do that, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot like half of it. I'm not very good at it, but I understand how important social media is and how grateful I am to have it. And like being an artist back in the day when they didn't have any of this stuff, I mean, there's no way to get your name out there. And now we can get our music, my videos and my social media, anything, all across the world, which is just so crazy and so cool. Like how, you discovered my music. Like that just means so much to me. That's crazy to me that you did. And that you liked it and then you stuck around and now we're friends. And it's just really cool to me. And I'm very grateful to be able to connect with people on a deeper level rather than just a surface level of here's my music, come see me in concert. Now I can see people and get to know them and be friends with them. And that to me means a lot more. And that's why I love social media and I love doing TikTok and the silly videos and getting to show people, a little bit of who I am and, just letting them into my life a little bit. And I think that's really cool, but it's also tough at the same time.
Yeah, and to go back to the fan side of me as opposed to the podcaster, when I came out to your show, I mean, I was expecting a good show. I was ready to have a good time. But what really surprised me is when you took a break, and I don't know if you did it on multiple breaks, but you came out to the audience and you just started chatting with them. And I just thought that that was so great because, like you said, you're giving a part of you to the people and they're coming to watch you. And I know that I saw some, responses out there on social media about how they like meeting you and posting pictures with you. That is great because I know some artists are there just to make the money, do what they got to do, and get out. But that really surprised me. That you would do that as an artist, and it just made me a bigger fan.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, that's to me that's what it's all about. It's just meeting people and hearing other stories, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm not in it for the money. I don't. I'm not there yet. But everyone says if you're doing music for money, you're doing the wrong. You're not going to last very long. You're not going to have much fun with it in the end. And I just love meeting people, and I love hearing feedback. Like, did you like this song? Did you not? Or whatever it may be. I think you guys know the best, the fans. So I just appreciate people hanging out and listening.
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome time, and I know a lot of other people thought so too. And I'm going to throw a little loop in here because you did mention in this podcast that one of your songs that you like is "White Dress Worthy." So let's go ahead and play that one here on Hank's Corner.
Don't turn a blind eye, trying to make the wrong guy into something that he ain't. 'Cause he ain't ever gonna change. It might feel like the right time, but forever is a long time. No rush to say I do till you find someone who's your umbrella in the rain, a steady hand when the ground shakes. Don't put on a diamond ring, girl, if he ain't. No, he hears you when you don't say a thing and knows exactly what you need. Don't say the vows if he ain't the real thing. He's gotta be white dress worthy. He's gotta be white dress worthy. Don't let your heart get fooled by good looks and talking smooth. Never take a chance on maybe. He's gotta lift you up like Swayze if he makes you feel something blue. Hold out for someone who's your umbrella in the rain, a steady hand when the ground shakes. Don't put on that diamond ring, girl, if he ain't. No, he hears you when you don't say a thing and knows exactly what you need. Don't say the vows if he ain't the real thing. He's gotta be white dress worthy. He's gotta be white dress worthy. Your umbrella in the rain, a steady hand when the ground shakes. Don't put on that diamond ring, girl, if he ain't. No, he hears you when you don't say a thing and knows exactly what you need. Don't say the vows if he ain't the real thing. He's gotta be white dress worthy. He's gotta be white dress worthy.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Karissa Ella, and we're just having a good time laughing and joking about different things. Whether it's online or offline, we're doing that. But one of the things I always like to ask artists because it's more about that personal side. When you're not doing music, which is pretty much every day, whether it's playing it, listen to it, writing, social media, whatever. What else are you doing for fun?
Eating, napping. No, I'm just kidding. We like to have some game nights with friends, some quality time. A lot of my friends actually aren't in the music industry, so it's nice that I get to kind of take a break and not have to talk about work or anything like that. But I love traveling. Anything that do with traveling. I practice my guitar a lot. I'm really trying to get better at that and practicing. Songwriting and music and everything, and always social media. I feel like this work doesn't really completely stop. It's always a 24-hour kind of shindig. I'm always making content of some sorts or looking for new content or new ideas or new trends that I can do. But for the most part, I love to work out. I love hot yoga. I'm really getting into cooking. I call it experimenting because I'm not quite sure what's going to be for dinner that night. But that's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it, whether it comes out good or bad. But for the most part, I love meditating, reading, and just working out to really clear my mind and make sure that have a healthy start to my day. Not always does that happen, especially when I'm on the road, but try to do that to prepare for the road. But I really like relaxing, watching movies, TV, and just kind of, regrouping and charging what I call my social battery.
Yeah, and you had me at eating and napping. If that was the only two things that you like, I mean, that's what I like. I mean, I'm a real Garfield when it comes down to it. But now I'm serious as far as the eating. What are some of your favorite foods? 'Cause I love talking about food on the podcast.
Me too. I have to tell you, I'm boring though, but I love, like, if I was on an island and I had to eat one piece of food or had one meal for the rest of my life, I don't know what it'd be. It'd either be pizza with hot honey on it, or it'd be like Mexican food, like a chips and quesadilla, or chips and queso and a quesadilla or something like that. Like, I'm very basic, but I'm also like, I'm a foodie as well. Like, I love all the good stuff. So I don't know, what if you were on an island and you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Oh, look at you becoming the interviewer all of a sudden. Wow, turning the tables on. Well, for me, I'd probably, if it was only one and no sides, I'd still probably go with steak. I love
Yeah.
steak. You just give me a nice little medium done, and I'm a happy guy.
I like medium too. I'm the same way. I gotta have a little mac and cheese though, or mashed potato. Those are my
Yeah,
sides.
yeah, definitely got to get that loaded baked potato. But you said only one, so I was trying to adhere to the rules on that one. But yes, I love to have a baked potato and a beer to go with it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good meal for forever. I like that.
Yeah, so a lot of times I like to ask, if I were to come back to whether it's your hometown or Nashville, what are some of the places? But I have been to Ohio a couple times on business and for other things, but not for very long. But both times I had gone to Columbus, and they have a great German restaurant, and I always forget the name of it, but it's got a great buffet, and because me being who I am, hey, let's face it, you got to give me a buffet. That just an all you can eat buffet, and I'm good. But why I like it too is because it had so many opportunities to try different things, and every time I go to Columbus now, I have to hit that that German place, and I'm sorry I didn't think of the name ahead of time. I always have to go back and look it up, but it is a well known place.
You're gonna have to let me know. I live about, my hometown's about 2 hours from Columbus. We used to go up there all the time, for dance competitions, shopping, all the jazz. I drive through there all the time, so I'm gonna have to stop one of these days. You let me know when you think of it. But in my hometown, we got a couple restaurants that I have to hit up before I leave. It's a Mexican restaurant called El Rincon. Harmon's Pub in Canton, Ohio, has the best food for a pub, just best food in general. Like, it's so good. And then Fruities. And have you been to Luigi's in Akron? You gotta go
Mm.
to Luigi's.
Uh-oh.
So good. This Italian restaurant. Mwah. So good.
All right. Yeah. Now I'm starting to get hungry. I didn't really eat
Yeah,
too
what are
much
we
dinner
doing?
tonight, but now I'm starting to really get hungry. And let's go to the other side because eventually when this podcast ends, I hate for it to end, but we're gonna play Well Tequila on the way out. Is tequila a drink of your choice, or what is the drink of your choice?
Tequila. I'm not lying about this one. I don't listen. Okay, I gotta come clean. I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but when I wrote that song, I started drinking it more and more, and it's okay. But I'm a tequila girl through and through, so that's why I wrote this song for my tequila girls, my tequila men, whoever it may be. I love a good tequila on ice. I love a good margarita, whatever it may be. I'm gonna have a good time with tequila, so that's why we wrote this song.
All right. And I do like a good margarita every now and then, but unfortunately, me and tequila, we don't do very well anymore. I mean, it has to do with, a story that I'm not going to tell online when I was younger. And, I just got tired of Cuervo. So I am a whiskey drinker a little bit more now. And, like I said, I can handle it in a margarita, but that's about it.
I love it. No, there's always a good story that comes with tequila.
Yeah. And, me and my wife are kind of Broadway fans. I mean, we're not the huge fans that, know everything, but, we do like a little Broadway. And, one of the artists that I got to interview was Brooke Morbore. And she started out on New York Broadway, in Les Mis back in the day. And now she's on Broadway, Nashville Broadway playing songs. If you were to go the reverse way, would you take that opportunity to do a Broadway show? And if so, what show would you like to do?
It's still a goal of mine to do that. So I don't know what I do. I wasn't gonna say yes if I got an opportunity to do that for sure, but it's still a goal. I want to do a little bit of everything. I feel like I'm here to experience things, and I just want to experience everything, and I want to, what it's like to be a part of a Broadway show. And I just actually got back from New York City,
Mm,
and
lucky
I
you.
always get so inspired when I'm there, and I miss it so much. But I think I would take an opportunity to do that. Whatever, I'm going walking down whatever doors are kind of opening up for me and seeing where it takes me. But yes, I would take that opportunity. If they ask now, I'd take it now. Some of my favorite musicals are, oh my gosh, I know I'm going to miss some, but I love Les Miserables. Les Mis, that is like truly one of my favorites. Eponine. I don't think I could do Cosette. I would probably not. I one day only. I could do that. Not it's way too high of a range, but the character Eponine, I would love to play her. Dear Evan Hansen's a great musical. Even if I'm like the flying monkey in Wicked or something, like that's all I need to fill that void of wanting to be in a Broadway show. But those are the few off the top of my head that I can think of. But I don't know why. There's so many more. But I would just be in awe if I ever got that opportunity and would snatch it up right away. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long ago that I finally got to see Wicket, and I was going through a little jealous phase because my wife had already seen it like 2 or 3 times by the time I saw it. Definitely love that one, but my favorite is always going to be Beauty and the Beast. That's just that's just who I'm about, and I guess I'm just the Beast, and my wife's the Beauty. That's what we always say. But the one of the times that I got to see it was when Debbie Gibson was playing Belle. So we're talking a while back, but
Yeah, but like
that was.
iconic.
Yeah, definitely an interesting version of that, and I'm glad I got to do that. And coming back to your shows, I mean, I had the honor and privilege to see you out there and play. But for those who haven't, and they were going to come to a Carissa Ella performance, what should they expect?
Well, you should expect some big energy. We do a little bit of everything on my shows. I feel like it depends what kind of show you're coming to, but we like to throw in some country covers. We like to throw in some rock covers in my originals, so you won't be bored. You will know the words to at least some of the songs, and we like crowd participation, and we're always trying to get people involved and singing along. So you will have no doubt a good time and bobbing your head at a Carissa Ella show.
Yeah, and
Come
I
on.
can't wait to get back to a show, whether it's there in Nashville or back here in Florida. And I definitely encourage the viewers to go out and get to see a Carissa Ellis show if you can. If not, please follow her on social media. I got the website down below here. Be sure to follow her if you're not already doing so. I'm guaranteed that you're gonna like the music that she's playing. And Carissa, thanks so much for coming on my podcast. If you ever want to come back on the podcast, you're more than welcome to.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me, Hank. I hope to see you soon. And I'll be back anytime. Let me know.
It only takes one shot. No, it ain't a lot to get me acting like I